What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of my podcast called Game Breakdown. Kind of a hey, we'll tweak it, we'll tweak it. But we kind of just, talking ball. In today's first episode, we're going to talk about March Madness, Sweet 16 games, Elite Eight games. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the first Sweet 16 game that started, Iowa and Nebraska. Man, what a game. What a game. As an Iowa fan, as a student at Iowa, probably the greatest game of my life. Greatest game I've ever seen in my life. Started out rough, down 12-2 quick. Jamarcus Lawrence comes down, hits a three. We get nothing on the offensive end. Come back down. Frager misses the three. Or Hoiberg, no, sorry, Hoiberg misses the three. They get the board, kick it to Sanford, and Sanford needs about 5 milliseconds before he can put it up there. He's insane. But yeah, the boys kept fighting. Ben McCollum, very animated on the sidelines, really firing the team up. And I think that's huge. I think as compared to Fran McCaffrey, who was the Iowa coach before Ben McCollum, compared to Fran McCaffrey, he's much more animated. He's much more, I don't know if hard's the word because Fran McCaffrey was also a hard coach. He's just an all-around better coach. Like he outcoached Florida. He outcoached Nebraska when they were down 14-2, came back, down three and a half, and the rest is history. But I just think having a coach like Ben McCollum is so huge. And huge props to Nebraska. They played a great game. Um, Fred Hoiberg, ex-Bulls coach, by the way. Hoiberg's huge. From a team who never won a NCAA tournament game in their history to make it to Sweet 16, almost the Elite Eight, and that's huge. He's 100% no doubt in my mind should be the coach of the year. There's no doubting what he's done, you know, between his son, Price, Jamarcus, Mast, Frager, Jake Cale Jacobson. They got dogs over there. I got nothing but respect for them. But Iowa just came out on top. And let's just share my screen really quick. Let me just go through some of the highlights of that game. And phone this side. Let me just go through some of the quick highlights of this game because we got a lot to get through. But I mean, this game from start to finish was cinema. I mean, you didn't see much of. We'll start with Nebraska. We'll start with Nebraska. Rick Mast didn't have a great game at all. Shot 27% from the field. 0 for 7 from three is rough. He was grabbing some. He was big on the rebounding for them though. Start the game, he was a problem on the boards. You can tell that isn't a score, but man, those 10 boards were huge for Nebraska. I forgot about him honestly. Price, I mean, obviously the best player on the court. Actually, that's not true. Man searches him. But Price Stanford, without a doubt in my mind, I wouldn't say he's an NBA player, but he'll play overseas. Because man, that jumper is smooth. If he was like that at Iowa, maybe we would have won a little bit more. But great game from Price. Marquez, you know, hit two threes, got fouled on a three, made all three free throws. He was kind of compared to previous games, him and Hoiberg were kind of not really in the game plan much. Mass took the most shots on the team, which I find really interesting. Hoiberg usually more played 37 minutes, obviously, but 6 points. You need more. Honestly, if you're Nebraska, you need more from him. Frager, oof, Braden Frager. I'm not sure if he starts or if he came off the bench this game. I can't remember, but hit those five. He was he was 4 for 20 in the first, I think all season. on 3-pointers. He came out banged 5 threes in this game. He was insane. We couldn't contain him. Um, huge shot for them. Um, Cale Jacobson wasn't really a factor. Nobody else plays. But all in all, good game for Nebraska. Now, let's talk about Iowa. Cam Mannion wasn't really a factor in the game. Played only 14 minutes. Ben decided that Alvaro and Tate Sage are more important to get out there. He did. He's still a big player on this team. He will play a big role against Illinois. Cooper Koch, for a guy who I was criticizing heavily this year for his lack of making big shots, those three threes are arguably three of the biggest shots in the game. It's not the biggest. When we started going back and forth with them, he made a couple. He made a couple early. 3 3, that's huge. Shot low under 50% from the field, 33% from three, 20 points, 4 assists, 2 boards. There's just so much attention that he causes on the court, and I think that's what really makes him a great player. Um, Cale Combs came, look, 6 points in this game. Those 6 points are huge. He has the ability to get downhill when he wants. He can shoot it a little bit. He takes the pressure off of Bennett of having another guy that can take the ball up the court. So I really like what I saw. I really like those 5 assists too. I really like what I saw from Cale Combs in this game. Tavion Banks, really a non-factor in this game. 2 early fouls. No. Ben McComb just didn't go with him this game. But game against Florida, obviously, he was huge. Lead scorer. Man, that 2 points is sticking out. But he'll also be a huge factor against Illinois. Fulgaris, the story of March, hitting the game winner against Florida, getting the game sealing and one in the game sealing poster against in this game. There's just not enough I can say about him. The freshman, Tate Sage. Honestly, he played better than he played like he was the best player on the court. He could hit his shots. He was playing good defense. Grabbed 8 boards too. He was the lead rebounder on our team. 6'7". He's a big guard. He might be the focal point of the offense next year. Isaiah Howard hit a big three at the top of the key. That three was arguably one of the bigger shots in the game. Kept us from going down like 7-10 again. That was huge. But yeah, I just think, man, what a game. What a win for Iowa. Not trying to show too much Iowa bias, but look at that. Holding the 25 points in the second half. Man, that first half was a slugfest, but after that, the rest could get anything going. So, good win for the boys. Let's move on to Texas versus Purdue. I'm not going to sit here and act like I have much ball knowledge on these teams as I do for Iowa. So we're just going to go based off. Cam Heidi, uh, he hit a big three against, who they play against, not against BYU. Who they play in the second round? Gonzaga. Hit the dagger three against Gonzaga, his first points of the night. He's not a guy that scores the ball. Yeah, he fouled out in 24 minutes, 3 points. Not a great game, but Cam Heidi, you'll remember for that. House, it's not a good game for him either. Uh, he's a guy who usually grabs a lot of boards, big guy down there. But when you're going against TKR and Oscar Clough, not much you can do down there. Trayvon Mark, I mean, what a performance. 29 points, 3 boards, 5 made threes, shot 11 for 15 from the field. Half of it was on one ankle. There's no doubt, like he's played in 13 NCAA games in his Texas career. That's huge. Jordan Pope, don't know much about him. He's a shooter, obviously, as you could tell. And then he shoots 12 points, solid game. Swain played the whole game, 15 points. You needed that. And 9 boards from him as a guard. That's huge. And then moving on to Purdue. I mean, TKR, game winning tip in, 20 points, 8 boards. He's huge for them. I mean, at 6'11, he plays more like he's the center more than Oscar Clough. Oscar Clough had a good game, 11.6 boards. CJ Cox had a great game for his standards. Grabbed 8 boards, though. Fletcher Lawyer came up huge for them. I mean, absolutely huge. 18 points, 4 made threes, 3 boards, 3 assists. Braden Smith does what he does. 5 assists, 16 points. Jacobson didn't really get anything going, didn't really get much playing time. They were very starter heavy, Purdue, in this game, which makes sense. March Madness. Meyer had 2. Shakari Harris had 2 down there. Good game. It was a good game for Purdue. And then what was the third one? Arizona and Arkansas, I believe. I mean, Arizona just dominated this game from start to finish. I mean, there wasn't a point when Arkansas was going to be in it. Darius Jacobs, 28 points. It didn't shoot the well. Well, got to the rim though. Got to the cup. Draw fouls. He had 28. He's going to be a top 7 pick in the draft. He's a stud. Malik Thomas came from OTE. Everyone thought, oh, it's a TikTok league. He shut out this year. It was a great year for Arkansas. Billy Richmond did what he wanted him to do. Got you 13 on 60% shooting. Brazil, not a good game. No, I can't sit here and say he had a great game, but usually he's good. Ewan did what he did what he usually does. So he's a solid 7, 8 point per game scorer. So and Arizona, man. Koa Pete the freshman. I was just talking to one of my boys the other day about how I don't think Koa Pete's gonna translate that well to the NBA. And I really think he's just proven me wrong. And I'm glad because I haven't won him in my bracket. But great game for the freshman, 8 of 11. He was just getting to the paint with ease. I mean, with his frame, he's just huge. Karchenkov, 15 points. He's gonna be huge for them if they're gonna, you know, outlast some of these other 1 seeds between Duke. Anybody shaking if they got there. I'm sorry. Matsiulis Krivas. Can't say I know much about him. 14 points in 24 minutes, so he's off the bench. Oh no, no, actually, he probably starts. A walk-off with 14 points off the bench. I know he's a center. Center play was good. Braden Burry's the freshman, man. He's gonna be a top. He might be a lottery pick. 7 for 11 from the field, 2 threes, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 5 boards. I mean, he's a scorer. This is the thing about this Arizona team. They have so many guys that can just turn it on. Karchenkov in that game against Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament, put up 28, 30 on like 9 threes. No, it's like 7 or 8 threes. He's been huge. A walk off the bench is huge. Del Orso. Sorry, no, it wasn't Karchekov. Karchekov, I think, had still had 20 that game. Del Orso had like 30 that game, hitting like 7, 8 threes. Man, this team they look scary, man. They really do. And let's talk about the Illinois Houston. My boys, some of my boys go to Illinois. Shout out Connor, Riley, and Jacob. What a win for Illinois. I mean, they really dominated this game. Holding Houston to 22 points and a half. The defense, this is a defensive grinder. And normally, in recent years, that would be a game that favors Houston heavily. But not today. Illinois got it done. Keaton Wagler, 13 and 12 boards at the guard position. Markovich with a double-double. I mean, Kylan Boswell didn't have a good game. Didn't have a great game. Did what he did. Stojakovic off the bench, opposite of his dad. Dad could shoot the pill like there's no other. Andrei Stojakovic, great game. In Houston, I mean, Manuel Sharp, 3 for 10 from three, 17 points, 7 for 16 from the field. He was on. Man, what a stinker to put up. Him and Sanak combined 5 for 23 from the field. I mean, once again, I think both these teams were capable of coming out of this game. I personally picked Illinois because I thought it was going to be a high scoring game. I thought that favored Illinois over Houston. I guess not, but still got it right. That's the Thursday games. Let's talk about the Friday games now. First game of the Friday session was St. Duke. Man, what a game this was. St. John's, Zuby had a great game. No, he didn't. Eh, he was leading scorer, 17 points, but he shot terribly. Dylan Mitchell, I mean, 13, hitting his first three of the year, I believe. He was huge. Stellars lived up to his name. Sold. Dylan Darling, the hero from the Kansas game, couldn't get it really going. Bryce Hopkins had a good game. Bench did not play great. Let's go to Duke. Man, there's so many guys on this team that can just kill you. I mean, between you getting Caleb Foster back, which is huge, put up a huge 11 points, come back from injury. I think that's huge for them, for their depth. I mean, I'm curious to see how they run it in the Elite Eight because I know I think he came off the bench for Caden just because he's coming back, trying to get himself killed. I'm curious to see what they do tomorrow night against UConn, see who starts. But Caleb Foster's huge. Cade Boozer played his role. Malik Brown was a big hustle guy. Dame Sar, I mean, 2 points. Gungba had three. Didn't shot 1 for 6 from the line though. That's the thing about a lot of college teams like to suck at free throws. Cameron Boozer was huge, 22 and 10, double double. Played the whole game basically. 22, 10 and 3 in a block. He's elite. He's gonna be a top three pick. Isaiah Evans, well, the Isaiah Evans game was coming. Shot 66% from the field, 50% from three. He had 25. I just think what what this Duke team does so well is that obviously your go-to guy is Cameron Boozer, right? But there's times where he's not getting it going. So then you can have a game like this where Isaiah Evans puts up 25. Or Dame Star has the ability to put up 20. Caden Boozer can put up 20. We saw it in the Siena game and the TCU game. Malik Brown plays plays his role well. The Gungbuck can put up, a double double. Kamenia put up double figures. And I just think there's so much depth that they're gonna be tough to beat. So then we got, let's see, Michigan, Alabama. It was the next game. And man, was this game close for a minute. Michigan then went on a run, just dominated, but man, this game was close. It was obviously Alabama had the lead at half, and the second half couldn't get anything going offensively. Man, Labar and Phylon, 35. He might be a lottery pick. Five. 6 made threes, 7 boards, 4 assists. Had to make up for the absence of Aiden Holloway. And he did. Did all he could. Mari Allen did not have a good game. Aiden Sherrill didn't have a good game. Wright did not have a good game. Man, Alabama did their best. Michigan. Yaxel Lendenborg. Big Ten Player of the Year for a reason. Uh, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. I mean, what else more can you say? He's Big Ten Player of the Year. Rez Johnson Jr., 7 points. He's a guy who I really am disappointed with this season. When he transferred from Illinois, I thought it was going to be, you know, he was going to be like a, third option type of guy. When he needs to go off, he can't. He just hasn't shown me much this year. All right, 7-4. Like, what are you gonna do? And Amari Burnett didn't play good. Elliot Cadeau at 17 played well. 2 for 5 from many free throws. 7 assists, 5 boards is huge. Eddie Gale, oof, 16 points. Trey McKenney at 17. These two guys are the difference makers, man. Because you expect Elliot Cadeau, you expect Yaxel. You don't expect a game like these from Ronnie Gale and Trey McKenney. So it's a big game. Uh, UConn, Michigan State. Close game. Very, very close game. Um, I think that, Michigan State, outside of like obviously the mainstream guys of Jeremy Fears and Cohen Carr, what more do you really have? I mean, you have these guys, you have Carson Cooper, who's an all right center, I guess. Cam Ward's supposed to be good, but he didn't have a great game. And Jeremy Fears just really didn't get, you know, the ball in the hoop as much as I wanted him to this tournament. And that's ultimately what killed him. You know, I think it's Michigan State. They're gonna be back. Thomas is a genius, but tough way to go out. Connecticut. Terrace Reed. A 57% free throw shooter. 4 for 6 in the free throw line. Hit 2 huge ones to seal it with 4 seconds left. 20 and 5 from him. Alex Caravan, 17. I believe he has the most games played in UConn history. He's been there. Solo ball, a good game. Everyone else contributed a little bit, but and last game is Iowa State and Tennessee. Tennessee, this one hurt. Well, it didn't hurt because I'm an Iowa fan, obviously, but it hurt my bracket. Nate Ament, 18, the freshman, getting it go. The freshman are already stepping up. I didn't think Nate Ament had that much going for him. Him and Kopi, I didn't really think had that much, going for them. But JP Estrella didn't have a great game for his standards. Akpara had 12, 10, huge double-double. Jacoby Gillespie had 16, 2 for 11 from 3. That's uncharacteristic from him. They played a great game. Props to them. Iowa State couldn't get anything going. Joshua Jefferson hurt. Losing him really, really hurt them. A great season from Iowa State, just cut short due to injury. Momcilovic couldn't get it going. Taman Lipsey did what he could. Tim and Heisey really one that 3-point percentage really hurt them. But I don't know. Iowa State just didn't play as well as they needed to. All right, let's preview this Elite Eight. Uh, let's go to first game, Iowa and Illinois. Man, a lot of ties in this game, man. Obviously, I go to Iowa. Me and my roommate, we've been boys. These boys with my other boys that go to Illinois, Connor, Ryan, Jacob. This is going to be a battle for Iowa. Iowa did not match up well defensively at all against Illinois. Keen Wagler, sorry, Merkovich, Ivashich, the other Ivachich, Kylan Boswell, Andrei Stojakovic, Jake Davis, Ben Helmerkaus. They just have height all over the place, and they can shoot. All of them can shoot, which is not good. Key Wagler's going to be a top 10 pick. Merkovich is a freshman. If he comes back and Illinois gets another, Illinois is going to be back. Um, man. And then the Iowa side, obviously you got Bennett Sturts, Cooper Kochman coming on, Tate Sage, Hale Combs, Alvaro Folgaris, Manny Altavion. They just don't match up. I mean, Keith Wagler by himself is 6'7" at a guard. Who's got I think Cale Holmes if I have to be on him. I don't know. Predictions. Bit of a homer pick, obviously. I'm going Iowa. But it's gonna be a tough fought out game. It for sure will be a tough fought out game. Bennett Sturts needs to have a game. He needs to shut down. We can shut down Markovich and Wagler. Let if Kylan Boswell wants to beat you, let Kylan Boswell beat you. You don't want to get beat by the best players. Let someone else beat you. Score prediction, I'm gonna go Iowa 72, Illinois 68. And that's all I gotta say. Let's go to my fault. Let's go to Arizona Purdue. The other uh matchup of the day. I got Arizona. It's simple. Best team in the country. Should have been the number one overall seed over Duke, in my opinion. Duke plays in the ACC. Arizona's in the Big 12. I don't know what else you really got to say about that. But between Jaden Bradley, Braden Burries, Koa Pete, Karchekov, Del Orso, I mean, they just got so what's his name? Owaka, I believe his name is. They just got so many guys that can beat you. Purdue, they're good. They got Braden Smith in his last game, probably as a Boilermaker. TKR, Oscar Clough, CJ Cox, Fletcher Lawyer. I just think Arizona's the better team. Simple as that. I think they match up well. They both got size. It just comes down to who's more talented team, and I believe it's Arizona. Score prediction. Honestly, I think it's a 10 plus point win for Arizona. I'm gonna go Arizona 82, Purdue 66. Big win. Let's go to I don't know which game's gonna be played first out of these two, so we're just gonna Duke UConn. Uh Shout out Daniel, Duke fan. Um I'm gonna go Duke in this game. I think that they are the second best team in the country. I don't really trust UConn. Terrace Reed's obviously a dog, solo ball. They got care, man. But I mean, Duke has again, so many players that can kill you, and I just think that I gotta unplug my AirPod. I think that there's so many guys on that team that can do damage between Isaiah Evans, Cameron Boozer, even his brother, Caleb Foster. I just think that, you know, they have so many guys. So I'm gonna take Duke. I don't know if it's gonna be close. I think it will be. I'm gonna go Duke. I think it's gonna be a grinded out game, actually. Duke 74, UConn 66. And I got Duke going to the Final Four. Michigan, Tennessee. I don't know how to feel about this. So I had Iowa State in my Final Four. Obviously, Tennessee beat Iowa State. Michigan beat Bama. I think I'm gonna go Michigan. Now that's seeing how you know how Gillespie really struggled last game. Niederman stepped up, but again, he's a freshman. Michigan's got Michigan has experience. They got Yaxel, Russ Johnson, Daimara, Elliot Cadeau. These are guys who've been there before. I'm gonna go Michigan. I think that it will be close. I think that Michigan pulls it out by about like 8 points, about 6 or 8 points. I'm gonna go Michigan 76, Tennessee 69. Um, Final four. We'll just preview that real quick. We'll go more in depth in it at a later time. Duke, Iowa. It's Duke. Like I think Iowa, great team, all right team, obviously great team, Cinderella of the tournament. But I think it ends there. I think Duke's just so far above them, wise. Like how many guys on their team can kill you, like I've said. So I don't think I'm overthinking that. I don't think it's relatively close. Arizona, Michigan, going Arizona. Uh, this will be it's 2-1 seed again. Two obviously top four, top five teams in the country. So it'll be close. We'll go Arizona wins by a couple possessions. Arizona, Duke, Arizona. It's been a national championship pick all year. They have so many guys that are just like this is a matchup of depth and who has the better depth. And I think it's Arizona. Um, but yeah, I think that'll do it.